FMU, you're on the air.
Hi, could I speak to Mr. Scharpling, please?
Speaking.
Mr. Scharpling, this is Randy from the CFATD organization, a nonprofit polling group. Would you have a few moments to answer some questions regarding the upcoming election?
Sure.
Okay. Hang on a second here. Okay, first question. Did you vote in the 2000 election?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. Would you say that voting is a privilege or a right?
I think voting is a privilege.
Okay. Were you happy with your last voting experience?
Personally, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was happy with my last voting experience.
Would you say that you've been following the presidential and vice presidential debates closely, not closely, or not interested?
Closely.
Closely.
Yes, closely.
Okay. Who do you think came off as more presidential, President Bush or Senator John Kerry?
I'm sorry, who do I think came off as more presidential?
Yes.
I would say Senator Kerry.
Okay. Who do you think is more worthy of succeeding the president if need be? Richard Cheney or Senator John Edwards?
Senator John Edwards.
Do you find yourself favoring President Bush or John Kerry?
John Kerry.
Would your opinion of Senator Kerry change at all if you found out that he had committed a serious crime?
Hold on. Would my opinion of Senator Kerry change if I found out he had committed a serious crime? Possibly.
What if that crime was an armed bank robbery in Alston, Massachusetts in 1991?
He would. So if yes, yes, that would definitely change.
What if it turned out that he bought off the police?
Yes, that would change my opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
Next question.
He bought off the police.
I'm just saying, what if? What if you found that out?
He bought off the what town was it?
Alston, Massachusetts, for a bank robbery that he committed in 1991.
He committed a bank robbery?
No, I'm just saying, what if you heard that, if that was something that was brought to your attention, if that came out?
Okay.
Okay. Next question. Would your opinion of Senator Edwards be changed if you found out that he had also committed a serious crime, like arson in 1997?
Yes, my opinion would change.
What if it came out that he burned down a Raleigh sporting goods store and bought off the local officials?
He did that?
It's more along the lines of a what if.
Sure, that would definitely change my opinion.
Okay. How would you say you're leaning towards either President Bush or John Kerry now?
I'm still leaning towards John Kerry, but these things you're saying are kind of shocking. I didn't know about any of these.
Well, here's another question. What would you say if you had found out that Senator John Kerry had actually played in a doubles tennis match with Saddam Hussein in 1996?
Well, that would be terrible. I mean, that would be shocking and kind of upsetting.
Do you find yourself favoring President Bush or Senator John Kerry?
I would still favor John Kerry, but...
Next question. Would your opinion of Senators Kerry and Edwards change if you found out that the two of them were behind a string of lobster mutilations in Maine?
What do you mean by lobster mutilations?
I'm not sure what that means. That's just the question that they give us. I assume it's sort of like those cattle mutilations that you hear, only it's lobsters.
Would my opinion change of them?
Yes.
Yes, it would.
Do you find yourself favoring President Bush or Senator John Kerry?
I guess I still favor Kerry, you know.
Next question. What would you say if you found out that Senator John Edwards once filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit on behalf of a man who claimed to hold the record for filing the largest number of frivolous lawsuits against another man who claimed to have filed the most frivolous lawsuits, and it cost the taxpayers $250,000.
I wouldn't like that at all.
Do you
But
find yourself favoring President Bush or Senator John Kerry?
I would still favor John Kerry.
Who do you think is more capable of destroying the evil-doing banditos, the swaggering former governor of Texas or the tea-sipping blue-blood senator from Massachusetts?
Well, those are kind of pointed ways of describing each candidate, right?
Well, that's just the questions that the CFATD came up with. Well, here's one more. Okay, here's our final question.
Okay.
Who do you think would better stand up for the rights of God-fearing Americans better, the grandfatherly God-fearing VP Cheney or the gayish-looking jump rope skipping junior senator from North Carolina?
Again, that's it's really pretty pointed. The way you're making one guy sound like a god and the other one sound like a sex offender.
Who do you think is coming off better in these questions? Because we take notes on this to have better questions next time.
I think Bush is clearly coming off better.
You think Bush is, okay?
Yeah, definitely. You don't?
Do you think that's because he is better?
No, I think it's the way your questions are written.
So it sounds like you're still pretty torn between who you're going to vote for. Is that a fair enough assessment?
No, I'm pretty much going to vote for Kerry.
Okay, well, here's a final question that we sometimes ask. Are you prepared to forfeit your life as a result of not voting for Bush Cheney?
Am I prepared to forfeit my life? How does that play into anything?
I think you know what we're talking about.
How would I forfeit my life?
Do I have to spell it out, son?
Sure, spell it out for me. Just give me an idea.
You're going to take the swim that goes on forever.
If I vote for Kerry.
That's right.
That's threatening. Why would you do something so partisan? This poll is completely tilted.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
I think you're getting the wrong impression here.
No. I look at you're saying the one blue-blooded tea sipper and the cowboy, and you don't realize that those are buzzwords and images you're putting in people's minds.
Well, strike that last thing that I said, okay?
About the swim that goes on forever?
That was just sort of what we call having a fanciful dialogue with
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll strike that fanciful dialogue.
Okay, thank you. I don't want this to come off. I don't want you to have any negative remarks about Kernco or CFATD if anyone contacts you in the future.
Kernco? What is Kernco?
Pardon me?
What is Kernco?
Kernco, that's sort of the umbrella group that CFATD falls under. Nonprofit group.
I don't know what Kernco is. That Kern, like the pharmaceutical company?
I believe Kern Pharmaceuticals is also part of that umbrella. Yes, under that umbrella.
So this is, and I know that that's kind of a right-leaning corporation.
Maybe you're thinking of MoCo, which is also another branch that Maurice Kern, who I think is the founder, he has, which is, as far as I know, very much unrelated to Kernco and CFATD.
Maurice Kern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've had Maurice Kern on my show before.
Oh, you have? I've heard he's a brilliant man.
I would say he's the exact opposite of a brilliant man.
My grandfather is brilliant.
He's your grandfather?
Pardon me?
You said your grandfather is brilliant. Maurice Kern is your grandfather?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's your grandfather's not a brilliant man. I thought he was kind of a boob when I had him on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
And, I mean, I can see if you're working for him, you're doing some sort of it's very pointed polling here. You're trying to tilt people who are just, just listening to your survey into thinking that Kerry didn't rob to do armed robbery, and Edwards didn't participate in arson.
we're not 100% sure of that.
That he didn't?
Yeah.
Well, what proof do you have that he did?
Just, things that I've heard and people have heard.
I've never heard any of this stuff once.
If you would go to cfatd.org, I'm sure you might find that stuff.
cfatd.org?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. See if I... Well, this is Citizens for a True Democracy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a total right-wing organization.
Oh, no, it's not. Where'd you get that idea?
Maybe from the discussion I had with Maurice Kern.
What did he say?
Just basically that he's basically a Bush supporter.
We all are.
Who's we?
Everyone here at Kern Co.
So that doesn't make for a very objective poll, does it?
I think it does.
You think it does?
Yeah.
How on earth does it make for an objective poll?
Because we love him so much, we're more than willing to hear about all the bad stuff that people had to say about him, even though none of it's true.
Even though none of it's true, you're willing to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, right there, you're kind of tilting. You're showing the tilt that is inherent in everything you're saying.
Oh, I don't think so. What don't you like about President Bush?
I think he's evil, and he doesn't listen to people, and he just makes the decisions he wants to make, and he doesn't think. He doesn't use his head.
What do you think? It's a swagger, though.
Well, I don't think it's a swagger. I think it's an arrogance that. What?
I said.
Why would you gasp at me saying there's an arrogance?
I just can't believe that someone would say that about our president.
Arrogance. I'm going out on some kind of limb with that?
I think so. I've never heard him called that.
You've never heard him called arrogant?
No. Like, what else do they say about him?
That he's stupid.
What?
Well, yeah. Well, he's stupid. You've never heard anybody say that the president is stupid?
No. You're sickening.
Well, you're clueless. What rock have you been living under?
I live in Mesa, Arizona. It's near a rock, but it's not under a rock.
Uh-huh. You're doing some pretty evil work there, buddy.
Guess what I spray painted on the rock?
What?
Guess.
Bush Cheney?
Just Bush.
So it just says Bush on this rock.
Bush.
And why would you spray paint that on a rock?
Because I want all the truckers to go by and know that that's who I'm voting for.
Uh-huh. So that they'll vote for him also.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, I saw it on a rock. It said Bush, so I'm going to vote for him.
Sounds plausible to me.
Who put you up to these surveys?
Pardon me?
Who put you up to these surveys?
I volunteered.
Of course you did. And who wrote the surveys?
My grandfather.
So Maurice Kern wrote these surveys.
Yeah. They're very well put together.
Yeah, they're well put together. Yeah, because they're just skewed so that you come away. If somebody's not paying attention, you come away half thinking John Kerry participated in armed robbery.
Maybe he did.
Well, what if I said that Bush participated in armed robbery?
What?
Yeah, well, what if I did?
You can't say that.
Well, I just did.
You take it back.
No.
I'm going to punch you.
In Mesa, Arizona, you're going to punch me?
Maybe I'll fly to where you are.
Please do.
Oh, maybe I will.
I'll stomp your face into dust.
Oh, you just threatened me.
Yeah, I did.
Well, it's coming right back at you. And remember that thing I said about, are you prepared to forfeit your life?
Yeah.
It's back on.
Oh, it's back. Oh, so I'm scared of this. The grandson of Maurice Kern.
I'm going to mail myself to you.
Yeah, and then what are you going to do?
You're going to open the box,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to have a big, big, big baseball bat in my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it in your...
Well, now I know the show's officially back on track. My life was threatened. 201-209-9368 is the number.